It's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, episode 630, and I'm Dr. Neil Malik. Hey there, happy Friday, and welcome to one of my favorite parts of the week, our Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily. This is where I answer your health questions related to fitness, diet and nutrition, and lots more. You send me the questions, and I answer them for you. Now, Dr. Neil is not just my nickname for no reason. Well, first, folks often don't know how to pronounce my last name, but I do have my doctorate of public health degree with an emphasis in chronic disease prevention and nutrition. I also have my master of public health degree with an emphasis in health education and health promotion. I'm also a registered dietitian nutritionist, a certified health education specialist, and a certified exercise physiologist through the American College of Sports Medicine. When I'm not doing this podcast, I'm full-time faculty and the Department Chair of Nutrition and Basic Sciences at Bastyr University, California, and I also hold 2 other faculty positions at other institutions. Now, before I get to today's question, like I've been doing all month, it's time for our holiday trivia question. Here we go. This is thought to be one of the oldest Christmas carols and is believed to have been written in the 12th century. Can you guess what it is? The answer? O Come, Emmanuel. So I've got 11 more days of holiday trivia coming your way, but in the meantime, let's hear today's question as we optimize your life.
Hi, Dr. Neil. My name is Lori. I was told recently by a personal trainer that in order for fat loss, I needed to only be doing cardio exercise between 65 to 75% of my target heart rate, and that too much cardio exercise, such as indoor spin classes where your heart rate might be in the 80s to 95% of your target heart rate, was too much and actually causing muscle loss. So I want to know what's the scientific data behind this and what's true. And if it's true that I only need to be doing 65 to 75% for optimal fat loss, about how many minutes per week should I be doing this type of exercise? Thanks so much. Bye.
Thank you for your question, Lori. I'll start with the bottom line first. Fat loss is a complicated process. There is no guarantee that working at a certain or target heart rate will lead to fat loss. I'll explain. But first, I need to explain what target heart rate is. The idea behind target heart rate is to determine your exercise intensity. That's the idea in a nutshell. So, the faster your heart beats during exercise, the more potential benefits to your heart. Again, that's kind of theoretical. Now, supposedly, this benefit peaks at a certain heart rate, which is what we call the target heart rate. The thinking is, if you hit this target, you will get the most benefit from your exercise. There's a relatively simple way to figure out what your target heart rate should be. It's so simple, in fact, that many of the cardio machines in your local gym will do this math for you. You just have to enter a couple of pieces of personal information, and boom, it'll tell you what your target heart rate should be. I'll spare you from discussing the mathematical formula here, but I'll post it on this episode's description. Okay, so what happens when you hit this target while you're working out? Well, first, to know whether you hit this, you'll either need to manually check your heart rate, or you've got to wear some sort of heart rate monitor. Just know that each of these have their pluses and minuses. For example, when you're calculating your own heart rate by checking your own pulse, did you know the first beat you hear isn't actually counted? The second beat is actually the first one you count. Then you need to keep counting your beats for at least 15 seconds. Once you've done that, multiply the number you get by 4. That will tell you your heart rate in beats per minute. So if you're not great at checking your own pulse, this could lead to some errors, of course. If you're using a heart rate monitor, they must be worn properly to ensure accuracy. And of course, accuracy can vary by brand. So I'm trying to point out that tracking heart rate may lead to some accuracy issues. And if we can't accurately track our heart rate, then we really don't know for sure if we've actually achieved our target. And then there's the question of what type of fuel we burn when we've hit our target heart rate. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, when we're working at a certain percentage of our target heart rate, we are more likely to burn muscle fat. Note the key word, muscle fat. Muscle fat is different than body fat. But even then, working out at your target heart rate doesn't guarantee you will burn any fat at all, muscle or body. Some of the other factors that can influence whether we burn fat during exercise can include your current level of fitness, your age, your gender, how much muscle you have, the type of exercise you're doing, what you ate before your workout, and on and on. So here's the deal. Mix up your workout routines. For example, there are studies that support high-intensity interval training as a way to help burn fat. When performing high-intensity interval training, folks are often surpassing their target heart rate. But yet, according to researchers, they found that these folks are still burning fat even though they passed that target. Then there are other studies that support lower intensity exercise as a way to burn more fat. This is why I say that incorporating variety into your workouts is probably the best thing to do. Incorporate low and high intensity cardio. Definitely add resistance training into your routine. That's because the more muscle you carry, the more calories you burn all the time. And resistance training is the best way to build bigger muscles. And hopefully, some of those calories that are being burned are coming from fat. Oh, and remember how I was complaining about all the problems with measuring heart rate? Here's an easy workaround. When you're in the middle of your workout, are you able to hold a conversation, or are you breathing so heavily there's no way you can imagine uttering a single word? If during your workout, you're able to hold a full-on conversation, but you're hoping to get closer to your target heart rate, you probably need to increase the intensity. If, on the other hand, you're breathing so hard that you're just trying to avoid passing out, take the intensity down a notch, unless of course your goal is to get to that point. If you want to exercise within your target heart rate range, get to the point when you can talk but can't hold a conversation. You basically can only get a few words or phrases out at a time, then you need to stop talking so that you can breathe again. That usually is a good indicator that you're right around your target heart rate. And I honestly believe that's one of the better ways to make sure you're hitting that target. Thank you again for your question, Lori. You'll be entered into a very small raffle every month to win a book. And if you want to be in the raffle, send me an audio question. Just come by oldpodcast.com/ask. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and call in. The number is 61 I love OHD. Both methods are in this episode's description, which you can find at oldpodcast.com. All right, I can't believe that this marks our 630th episode, and that's all thanks to you. Thank you for listening every day. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for listening all the way through and sharing this show with someone. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday, as always, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this show, and Optimal Living Daily, the brother podcast of this one. Literally, I'm Dr. Neil's brother. If you like the format of this show, you'll love Optimal Living Daily too, where I also read to you from blogs, but cover other topics like personal development, finance, and minimalism from bloggers like Derek Sivers, The Minimalists, Zen Habits, and many more. So for more amazing content read to you for free, come subscribe to Optimal Living Daily too, and together we'll optimize your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Health Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.